right, let's talk about something that I think drives pretty much everyone crazy, that endless storm of website notifications. But what if AI could finally step in and give us a little peace and quiet? Well, that's exactly what's happening. Let's get into how Google Chrome is waging a war for your attention. You know this little box. Oh, you definitely know it. You land on a site, maybe you're just trying to read an article or check a price, and bam, there it is, right in your face, interrupting everything. It's just a constant part of browsing the web now. But seriously, how often do you actually click allow? And what about all those notifications you did allow ages ago? Okay, take a look at this number, 99%. I mean, that sounds impossibly high, doesn't it? What on earth could that represent when we're talking about websites and notifications? That's it. According to Google's owned data, a staggering 99% of browser notifications are completely ignored. No clicks, no opens, nothing. Just pure digital noise. This isn't just a small annoyance anymore. It's a massive failure of a feature that has totally gotten out of control. And this brings us to what a lot of people are calling the notification plague. It's a problem that has been building and building for years, making the web feel more cluttered, more distracting, and sometimes, honestly, a little sketchy. So just how bad did things get? Well, look, this isn't just a feeling we all have. The data backs it up. A study from Mozilla found that we, the users, deny these pop-up requests a whopping 97% of the time. Think about that for a second. For every 100 times a website asks, 97 of us are saying, nope, get that out of here. And here's the kicker for the websites doing this. That same study found that for almost 1 in 5 of us, that little pop-up is so annoying that we just leave the site right away. So these aggressive tactics aren't just bothering people, they're actively driving potential customers and readers away. So obviously, Google noticed this was happening. It's their browser, after all. And for years, they've been trying to fight back. Let's take a quick look back at the first wave of their defenses. The battle really escalated back in 2020. You can see the progression here. First, Chrome introduced a quieter prompt for sites that people rarely said yes to. But then they got more aggressive. They started blocking sites with abusive prompts altogether, and then went even further, blocking sites that sent abusive content in their notifications. And let's be super clear here. When they say abusive, they weren't just talking about annoying ads. They were going after the really nasty stuff, tricking you into downloading malware, fake system messages designed to steal your info, and straight-up phishing scams. This was a real security threat. But those early defenses, well, they just weren't enough to stop the flood. So let's fast forward to right now and talk about Chrome's smartest, most powerful weapon yet, an on-device, AI-powered mute button. This is where the story gets really, really cool. At the heart of this new strategy is something called automatic revocation. It's simple, really. If you gave a site permission to send you notifications a long time ago, but you just ignore them every single time they pop up, Chrome will now automatically take that permission away for you. It's like a Roomba for your notification settings, just quietly cleaning things up in the background. I mean, look how simple this is in practice. A site sends you an alert. You don't click it, you just swipe it away. You do this over and over. After a while, Chrome's AI sees that pattern and just silently turns it off. That site can't bother you anymore. And the best part? It's all based on your behavior. You're the one training the AI without even thinking about it. Now, what's happening under the hood here is really the magic trick. It's called on-device machine learning. Instead of sending all your browsing history and notification content to Google's servers to be analyzed, the AI model runs privately, right there on your computer or your phone. Your browser is learning from you locally. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The Chromium blog, which is where Google's engineers talk about this stuff, put it very clearly. The analysis of each message is done on device, and notification contents are not sent to Google to protect user privacy. The whole system was built from the ground up to be private. Now, here's a detail that is just wild. To build an AI that can spot spammy notifications without actually reading anyone's real private notifications, Google's engineers got really creative. They used their powerhouse Gemini AI to generate mountains of synthetic, totally fake notification data. They basically taught the model what spam looks like in a lab, so it never has to peek at your personal stuff. So, okay, a quieter, smarter web sounds fantastic for us. But what does a huge shift like this really mean for the internet as a whole? Well, like with any big change, there are going to be some clear winners and some clear losers. It's pretty easy to see who comes out on top. The biggest winners are us, the users. We get less junk. But you know who else wins? Good websites, the ones that send useful stuff, because now they're talking to an audience that actually wants to hear from them. On the flip side, the spammy sites and aggressive marketers who just played a numbers game, their permissions are going to get revoked into oblivion. And to see just how much the design of a platform matters, you just have to look at our phones. On Android, where apps can often send notifications by default, the opt-in rate is a massive 81.5%. But on iOS, where every app has to explicitly ask you permission with that big pop-up, it drops to less than 44%. That's why this AI move by Chrome is so important. It's changing the very architecture of consent on the web. So, at the end of the day, the rules of the game have been completely rewritten. You can't just blast out alerts and hope for the best anymore. Engagement now has to be earned. You have to provide real, actual value to someone to keep that line of communication open. And when you really zoom out, you see that this isn't just one little feature update. This move from Chrome is part of a much, much bigger trend that's reshaping our entire digital world and forging a new kind of digital etiquette. This is all part of a huge movement toward a web that actually respects the user. Other browsers like Firefox and Safari are doing similar things. It's a lot like what happened with ad blockers or the big phase-out of tracking cookies. It solidifies the browser's new role. It's not just a window to the internet anymore, it's a powerful gatekeeper for your experience. It's your personal bodyguard for your attention. What we are witnessing here is the evolution of the web browser itself. It's transforming from a simple, passive tool into this really sophisticated attention manager. And that has massive implications for advertising and for content, which for decades have just been about grabbing your eyeballs. Now, they have to earn their way past an AI filter that you trained. And that leaves us with a really big, kind of philosophical question for our future, right? As AI becomes our personal gatekeeper, filtering the world based on what we've ignored in the past, what does it even mean to truly pay attention? And maybe more importantly, what might we miss when the walls of our digital world are built from our own habits? Definitely something to think about.